What it do? Welcome to the J-Boy Sports Podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like the content. If you don't love the content, you can still give us a shout out. You can still like, share, and subscribe. Reason being is because it doesn't hurt to help a brother out. I'd help you out. Please make sure you comment. I like to talk to people about sports in the comment section. Also hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. With that said, let's jump right into this video. LeBron James has zero accountability. This has been a problem that, in my opinion, has been plaguing him for a long time. I saw it a long time ago. I saw it back in Miami days when he was going to Miami. And a lot of people, at the time, I think a lot of people saw it. But it seems like for some reason, people forgot about that. Somehow between Miami, his first championship in Miami, and to this point now. But I think some people are starting to pick it up again and starting to realize, like, yo, this guy just is never accountable. He never takes any responsibility. It's always somebody else's fault. Well, not on my watch, because if I see that, I'm going to say something. So when I was looking through the internet and I was just, doing my due diligence, I like to look for different news articles, different YouTube videos, different IG stories that I could use for, content on the channel. And I saw this video of LeBron James talking about him not worrying that he lost with Luka. And it floored me. And I was absolutely disgusted. And just to remind you, my favorite player is Kobe Bryant. That's my favorite player of all time. Mamba mentality, to me, is a way of life. It's not just some type of mantra. It's not just a saying. It's not something that just works for a basketball player. It works for every aspect of your life. When you're not used to making excuses, when you work hard, when you block out the noise, you can enter Mamba mentality mode. And as a Laker fan, I feel like most of us, that's what we were. We were in Mamba mentality mode. And not just when you played basketball, not just when you were yelling Kobe when you shot the basket, but you were in that mode in your everyday life. And everything you did in life, you attacked it like that Black Mamba. LeBron is the exact opposite. And am I just talking out of my behind? No. Listen to what he had to say.
I'm at a point in my career now where I don't lose sleep over that. Like, how did me and Luka lose?
Right, no.
Well, yeah. There's 8 other guys on the floor.
Yeah.
So that's LeBron James talking to Steve Nash on whatever that Mind the Game podcast. I don't even know if it's still called that, but whatever it's called. I don't really listen to it because I can't deal with the gaslighting. But also, just real quick, Steve Nash, relax, man. Relax. You need to give Kobe Bryant back 2 of his MVPs, my friend. But sitting up there listening to him just okay everything LeBron James says makes me kind of sick. But LeBron here is talking about basically just because Luka's on my team, I don't lose sleep over the fact that we lost because there's 8 other people on the floor. I'm sorry, I don't want to hear that, man. I don't care. I don't care. If you're one of the best players in the world, like all your fans say, and they talk about him being 40 when it's convenient, when it's not convenient, he's not 40, right? When he scores 35 points in the game, oh, he's the best. But then when he struggles and he can't score in the fourth quarter, like he did in this last series against the Timberwolves, where he only had 5 points in 2 games in the fourth quarter, oh, it's because he's 40. Pick one. You can't go back and forth with the convenient stuff. Accountability. I need to be accountable. I need people to be accountable when I hear him talk. So he's sitting up here like, I don't lose sleep over it and blah, blah. And there's like 8 other players on the floor. So what is he saying? He's saying that he's blaming the other people on the court. It's not just, if it was just him and Luka, he'd win. Like, this guy has no shame, man. He has no shame. He doesn't know how to take accountability for anything. No, LeBron, your lack of defense, Luka's lack of defense, your inability to close out games ever. He was never a great closer. Everybody wants to talk about these clutch stats. When he was on the Lakers, since he's been on the Lakers, I think he hit 2 clutch shots out of like 29 or 30 or something like that, right? 29 or 30. And the last one was a layup. So I don't want to hear anything about this guy being clutch. This is not Kobe Bryant. This is not Michael Jordan. This isn't Jalen Brunson when it comes to being as clutch as Jalen Brunson has been this year. LeBron James ain't averaging no 13 points a game in the fourth quarter. Maybe he has in his career, but somebody have to look that up and share that with me because I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Every big shot that this guy has ever needed to win has been made by somebody else on the biggest stages. Other people have saved his career more than he has. But he's going to sit up here and tell you that it's everybody else's fault that for some reason he can't close out games. Against Denver, they were in close games the last couple of years. Still got beat. Why? Because LeBron was like 1 for 19 from 3 2 years ago or something crazy like that in that series. Couldn't close it. Couldn't close it. Right? So they couldn't beat Denver because they couldn't close games. They were in a lot of these Timberwolves games. But he still couldn't close. 5 points in 2 games in the fourth quarter, and you're supposed to be one of the best players of all time? And again, don't tell me he's 40. Because when I try to say that and say, yo, why is he in their top 10? Because he's not top 10. Oh, he's top 10. Ain't nobody better than LeBron. Oh, Jason Tatum's better than LeBron. Oh, not Jason Tatum. Donovan Mitchell is better than LeBron right now. Donovan Mitchell's not better than LeBron right now. Joker's better than LeBron. Oh, maybe Joker. SGA is better than him. I don't know if SGA is better than him. Giannis is better than him. Maybe. I don't know. There's an argument there when it's convenient, right? But then when he messes up and doesn't do anything, it's because he's 40. I don't want to hear it, man. He's not taking accountability for his actions. And you know how I know? As a Laker fan, because I had Kobe Bryant on my team. Listen to this.
How disappointed are you?
Well, I just hate losing. It's a tough loss. They played extremely well. We just have to get ready for the off season. Next season for us starts right now.
Can you assess exactly what went wrong? Was it too many injuries? Was it Shaq's foot at the beginning of the year? Can you begin to assess why you lost this series?
Nah, I mean, we have a million and one excuses that we could go to. Fact of the matter is, we're not going to make any. They played better than we did in this series. We had our opportunities to win it. Didn't go for us. So we just have to regroup. Like I said, next season starts right now, and come back next season and play.
How much harder will you work in this offseason now to get back to the championship?
I'll push myself to exhaustion.
Kobe, we thank you for your time.
That is the late, great Kobe Bryant talking about after a loss to the Spurs. I believe this is after they had won 3 straight championships. And then the 4th year, the Spurs beat them and knocked them out of the playoffs. And Kobe Bryant basically said, listen, I'm not going to make any excuses. We can make a million excuses, but I'm not going to make any of them. Did you hear that? Any of them. Any of them. He learned, and this is Kobe Bryant at like 22, 23, something like that, I think. How did he learn that lesson at 23? LeBron James, a 40-year-old man, and he still hasn't figured out that nobody cares about your daggone excuses. Nobody wants to hear it, man. So when Kobe Bryant comes out and says, listen, there's a million excuses, I'm not going to make none of them. And then he asked him, how hard are you going to work? What are you going to do in this offseason? He said, I'm going to work myself till exhaustion to get better. He didn't say anything about his teammates. There's 8 of us on the floor. We need to trade Robert Horry so that we can get Chris Webber so that we can get Dirk or KG. He didn't say none of that. He started with himself, and that's what real leaders do. Real leaders start with themselves. You start home first. All these excuses, and I always say basketball and sports are a microcosm of life. When you are starting with all of these excuses, nobody cares, especially when you're a man. Nobody cares about men. Nobody cares about your excuses. You better pick yourself up and do better than you did yesterday. That's it. Unless you win, nobody cares. But for some reason, once LeBron started losing, and once he started complaining about the other 8 people, not the teams not being whole, the sun didn't shine on the West the way it shined on the East, nobody cares, bro. Take some responsibility. You had Luka Doncic on your team. Neither one of you was playing defense the way you should have been. But you can't sit up here, and if you're LeBron's fans, y'all can't sit up here and blame Luka for the defense he wasn't playing when Rudy Gobert in games, whatever, was that 5? Game 5 turned into Rudy Gobert / Rudy Hakeem O'Neal Jabbar Gobert. And guess who was guarding him a lot of times? LeBron. LeBron was playing the 4, right? Him and Rui Hachimura, I think is. Sorry, did I say Hachimura? Gobert turned into the. Come on, man. Gobert? But it's all Luka's fault. No, actually, it's both of y'all's fault. You both need to go back into the lab and get better. And if you're LeBron, you need to dedicate yourself to more defense. You need to dedicate yourself to closing out games. Nobody tells him that he needs to play 40 minutes a game. And for those of you that are like, oh, well, they won't be close, they won't be in the game if he doesn't. Luka Doncic is perfectly fine carrying that team to 30, 40 points because he did it last year. We watched it. Went all the way to the finals with that. So it's just the excuses, man. I can't deal with the excuses. I'll be honest. LeBron's not my favorite player. If you haven't realized that by listening to my videos, I'm sure you have. He's not my favorite player. But at the end of the day, I try to be as non-biased as I possibly can. I try to be objective when I'm looking at the things that are going on, the things that he's doing and saying. And I'm sorry, I can't. As a Laker fan, he's on my team now. I cannot help but compare him to Kobe Bryant. And I know for a fact, all Laker fans, Laker Nation, where are you? We didn't have to put up with this when we had Kobe Bryant. We didn't need excuses. We knew Kobe was going to put the work in. We knew the way that you beat Kobe last year, you wasn't going to beat him again this year. It's been 7 or 8 years of LeBron losing the same daggone way every time because he can't close. The 1 year we won is because Anthony Davis was playing like the best player in the world. And then in the finals, after Jimmy Butler was busting LeBron's behind, he asked Anthony Davis, or somebody did on the team, maybe it was Frank Vogel, to guard Jimmy Butler and slow him down so LeBron James could just focus on offense. And then he became the MVP. Even though there's no way he was the best player in there's no way he was the best player in that title run. You know, so I'm not going to sit up here and play this game with LeBron James. I was disgusted by hearing this. He wants to be considered a top-notch player. Listen, man, this guy's nowhere near Michael Jordan, okay? Nowhere near. The only two people that you know, when they were healthy and you gave them a squad, had a great chance to win a championship. There's some others, but the two that stand at the top, in my opinion, is Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. And LeBron James is nowhere near as good as those two are. And one of the reasons that he's nowhere near as good as those two are is because they always started with themselves. They always started with, what can I do better? How can I help my teammates? How can I prepare my teammates? I didn't prepare my teammates good enough to win this series. When the Lakers lost to the Celtics in 2008, I believe it was. Was it 2008? It might have been 09. I think it might have been 09. One of the first things I heard from Kobe Bryant was, I did not get my team ready to face that level of physicality. And then the next thing you see, the next season, or even in the Olympics, he's running over Pau Gasol like he doesn't even know him in the championship Olympics game. And in practice, he's poking and pushing Sasha Vujacic, trying to make him tougher because Ray Allen was busting his behind in the finals. So I could go on and on all day and rant all day about what I see and what I feel when I see this stuff. But ultimately, I've already said what I had to say. Kobe Bryant is the greatest Laker of all time. And in my opinion, he's my favorite player of all time. He maybe doesn't have all the accolades that Jordan and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had, because their accolades are insane. But to me, the best player I ever saw play personally was Kobe Bryant. And I know that he didn't put people under the bus like this. And I'm tired of hearing LeBron James especially not when you got Luka Doncic on your team. Imagine going to the media when Kobe was playing with Shaq and being like, yeah, well, I just don't think we had enough. And the rest of the guys around us need to do better. That could be 100% true. Because the truth of the matter is, Rick Fox, Derek Fisher, Robert Horry, they ain't averaging 12. They ain't even averaging 12 points a game in our championship years. So he could have very well went out there and said, oh, they need to score better. But that's not the point. Nobody wants to hear that. You are Kobe Bryant. And at the time, Shaq was Shaq. You two need to get the job done. Nobody cares about your excuses. And that's it, man. That's all I have to say on that. It just bothers me that he's always making excuses. And he's always throwing his teammates under the bus. And the only teammate I ever seen really stand up and say, nah, forget you, is Eddie House. He's one of the only ones that was like, nah, this guy's lame. He's always crying. I don't want to hear it. Chalmers hinted at it a little bit. And I think he made Udonis Haslem mad like once. But most of the time, all his teammates are just kissing butt. Y'all need to stand up and tell the truth about this guy. I know with all the pride that y'all have, that y'all don't be sitting up there thinking, oh yeah, he's right. I suck. Stand up for yourselves, man. But thank you for listening to this video. This was a passionate one because I'm just sick and tired of the excuses and him getting to throw his teammates under the bus and nobody says nothing about it. It's disgusting. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment. I like to have conversations in the comment section. Make sure you hit the subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell so that you get all of our videos, okay? Also, there's some other suggested videos at the end of this video that I'm sure you'll love. Hopefully you lasted this long. I really appreciate you. I'm very humble. Much love. That somehow you never get over leaving me, and when you feel like